recently I got hit by a car, and no, that's not good. But at least I knew what it felt like to be dating Chris Brown for a night. I went to the hospital afterwards, and the doctor was asking me some really ridiculous questions. He was like, well, do you experience like a numbness or, you know, lack of sensations in any of your body parts? I'm like, no, doctor, I'm actually feeling an increased sensation in some of my body parts. He also went ahead and, went to go prescribe me anti-inflammatories. I'm like, hey doc, I don't know if you heard what I said, but I have soreness in my joints, not hemorrhoids on my butt. Yeah, I mean, seriously. And then, despite all that, I finished the marathon recently. Yeah, that you can clap. Everyone says it's an accomplishment, but I get to figure out what I accomplished other than being able to walk like a cripple for the rest of the day afterwards. Let's see, I'm still kind of texting. Oh yeah, and so I'm from Hawaii originally. I realized that, being from Hawaii, we do have a couple things in common with California. In Hawaii, we have the word kama'aina, which translates to lover of the land. Realize we have those here. They're called illegals. We also have another word in Hawaii called hakahauli, which means half a foreigner. We have those here in California too. We call them citizens. But despite that, it's also come to my realization just, I guess, how, what's the word? I guess how discriminatory and prejudiced people from California are of people from Hawaii. And it's come to my attention because when you look at, all the classified ads online, they ask you to put some word or something in there to prove that you're not spam. I mean, that's prejudice. It's like saying, hey, can you put in this word to prove that you're not a cracker? I mean, that's so wrong. So recently I've been told that, I have a presence. Come to realize that presence became short Asian with big breasts. And I know this because guys have been calling me babe, which means born Asian, breasts and hands. Let's see. Oh yeah, then, sometimes parents say the most darndest things. My dad used to always tell me, to have a body of a female and think like a man. So I decided to get a boob job so that way I wouldn't have the body of an Asian boy. My dad used to also tell me that, there were starving kids in Africa. But what he didn't tell me was that there were starving kids in Africa because there were starving adults there as well. Let's see, what else? Oh yeah, and growing up I had a weight problem, which kind of sucked, kind of hard to go on dates and do the things that my friends did, and I blame my dad for this. Because every time I asked him to do something, he'd always say, wait until you get older, wait till you grow up, wait till you live on your own. I hated not having all those weight problems. And speaking of weight problems, I recently was at a supermarket and I saw a pint of ice cream that had a disclaimer on it that said, not for weight loss purposes. I'm sorry, but was there a moron in it that was like, you know what, I think I'm going to do this ice cream diet. It's going to be awesome. I mean, that's just, moronic. And, speaking of like weight and diet, I heard about this new diet called the caveman diet, where, basically you're supposed to eat like a caveman, which pretty much means, eat like a bird and do nothing, and then eat whatever you want at the end of the day for just one meal. Well, I'm thinking about that. I think what they forget to mention is that cavemen did not have supermarkets, they didn't have any refrigerators, and they definitely didn't have any microwaves. So if you didn't hunt for your food, you were going to die if you didn't eat it. And then on top of that, I don't think that diet worked very well, because if they did, cavemen would still be around. I mean, they went extinct, so yeah, for a reason. Let's see. Oh yeah, and being a girl sometimes in society is rough. I had this guy approach me at a mall, and I know he had the best intentions. He comes up to me, he's like, hey beautiful, can I ask you a question? I'm like, you just did, but if you'd like to ask me another one, go right on ahead. He's like, yeah, can I ask you why your eyes are red and puffy? I'm like, I don't know, it's freaking bright out. I don't know, I just woke up, tired, not enough sleep, I don't know. He's like, nope, that wasn't the answer he was looking for. He's like, no, it's because you're getting older, your body's not producing collagen, and you're not using this product that has gold flakes. Oh, I'm sorry, and he just called me old? Really? Okay, fine. He wants to play that game. I'm going to make him work for his money, so I decided to ask him a question of my own. I was like, hey, by the way, do you know why my butthole is red and puffy? And he just kind of like looked at me like I was speaking a foreign language. I go, well, it's because my butt doesn't crack gold, and it, definitely doesn't produce collagen when it feels like it's about to be taken advantage of. And then, even to go further, women, we have to do all kinds of things to look good for men in society. I mean, all sorts of cosmetic procedures. Women even do things called, vaginal rejuvenation. I was kind of wondering, what do men do for us? I mean, really? I found something. Oh, yes, I did. I found the surgery called suprapubic lumpectomy. It's also known as hidden penis release. Yeah, and for those of you who don't know, it's like the dicky-do removal, when your tummy hangs over more than your dicky-do. And for those that don't even, I like to call it hidden stomach, or crouching stomach, hidden rooster, in case there's kids around. And then the other day, I just found out that my car was a male. Yeah, I didn't know that, but I found out because I went to go press a reset light, and it told me to, make sure I pressed the dig button. Now I know why my car's been screwing me this whole time. And without that would be my time. Thank you.
Keep going for April, ladies and gentlemen.